actually, while we were out to lunch, someone bought a copy of God Save the Label. And I was like when that happens, like, that's cool. I'm like,
yeah.
Like, you were sitting at your house and you're like, I really want to see Ben Skirpik's part.
Pennsylvania. You may think it's this, or maybe even this. But is that all there is to this giant state? With 13 million people and entire regions you've probably heard of but likely haven't spent much time in, there has to be more to this state than the expected tropes. You know Scranton from The Office, but have you actually been there to marvel at the Electric City sign? You know Allentown from the Billy Joel song, but have you ever been there to see their famous model trains? What is it like to live in one of these places? Why do it? Most importantly, can you skate there? We decided to find out. Early one morning, we rented a car in Queens and hit the road to meet up with Brendan Spahn, head honcho of The Secret Tape. We wanted to get a glimpse of what it's like to live in Pennsylvania, far enough away from the sweatpants and greasy food, but close enough to New York City that you can drive in if you really need to do a perfectly executed half-cab flip at the Vans Park. You know, the real Pennsylvania.
I guess we could just start really basic. Like, how do you feel about the collection?
How do I feel about it? Honestly, I mean, I think it's great. I love it.
Well, I started doing The Secret Tape like in 2016. I probably started collecting videos in like 2011, 2012 maybe. There's a local like rival shop. They had multiple locations, and then they all started to go out of business and they started shuttering them. And one of my friends was like, yo, there's fucking copies of Mosaic, like, still on the shelf there for like $5. I was like, what? I didn't have anything at this point. I only had like 10 videos maybe. I was always downloading everything. Mm-hmm. I was on the IRC channel big time back in the day, for those that remember that. So I was always a kid carting around a hard drive. But then this shop started going out of business, and I just fucking bought all their stock. Like, in one night, I bought like 100 videos. Like, overnight, just had all the basic stuff. And then I was like, where the fuck else is more?
Before digging into Brendan's story too deep, we wanted to grab some lunch and take a look at his city. He was able to give us a tour.
I just know years ago I asked the dude, oh, what do you recommend? He's like, get a Lightning. It's a nice little summertime treat. And when he hands it to you, it's it's literally this fucking big stacked with meat. It's not a nice little treat at all. It's heavy as shit and it's insane.
Listen, you don't know what the fuck.
It might be on one of these plates.
Yeah,
you got a Big Bird, a cookie, a Gribby.
With sandwiches now in hand, we wanted to get a look at the local skate scene. So we walked across the street to the skate shop, Homebase. After Homebase, it was time to check out the skate park, but not before we got a lesson in its inception.
Bethlehem Steel was like the biggest fucking thing here. There's probably buildings in California that fucking have Bethlehem Steel in it. But when that shut down, it left such a fucking huge crater of nothingness here. Of course, it got turned into a casino. And the skate park was kind of like part of the make good. Like, they had to do something good, even though they're gonna bring the degeneracy of a fucking casino, so they gotta do something good for the community. And Homebase and Andy Poe and everybody there pushed for the idea of a skate park. That wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the shop. Maybe it would have been a pickleball court. I don't fucking know. You see this shit? Village Psychic pulls up in a fucking Tesla.
Tonight, never got the truck. We're going downtown, gonna beat up the rocks. You're to the track, I'll bring the beer. It's a late, late shift, no one nothing. And ride, I'll ride. And ride, you ride. It's a round-up time with a good horse. We're gonna drive Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Be outside with it. I'm definitely.
Okay, our curiosity took over. We had to see this casino.
That's just what I wanted. I don't know what I'm I went from $20 to 20 cents in 20 seconds.
Our stomachs were full, our wallets were empty. It was time to check out the videos.
Like a lot of the stuff I'll post about is like dictated by stuff I just want to sell or like have a lot of or whatever. Maybe isn't what I really want to be talking about.
Yeah.
I back myself into a corner because I have a whole fucking room full of, you know, I've been, I don't know, buying every skate video that I had the chance to buy for the last 8 years.
second.
Let's fucking go. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell a whole fucking spiel.
Okay, yeah.
Give the whole fucking I do think this stuff exists in a world where it's, oh, they only made a couple copies of this video in 1991. If you didn't fucking get it then, you're beat. Like,
Yeah.
that's cool. It's not like Thriller where they're gonna keep repressing it. If you like something, you gotta get it. All that stuff that's on YouTube or whatever could be gone in a flash. I reached out to John Lucero in like 2015 before I ever did this, and I was like, "You have any copies of fucking Crummy Promo?" But he just like mailed me a brand new like old copy of it that he was, you know, he probably had it on a shelf somewhere, and I was like, "That's fucking Crummy Promo is stupid rare." I've
Yeah.
only ever seen like one other one that wasn't the deer skating one. Here's something crazy. You're not gonna see one of these too often. I don't know how many of those there probably are left in the world, but I've heard Julian doesn't even have one. That's
Really?
what I've heard. I almost refuse to believe that. That seems so crazy. I don't ever really get rid of copies of Video Days. They're all different, you know? So they're all so cool. This is the store. This actually isn't my stuff. My stuff is downstairs. We should go in the basement and we can look at it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Really depraved stuff down there. Yeah. So this is my basement. And like this. This is kind of all my shit. Well, first of all, if it's something I'm gonna hold on to, do I have it? I have to have everything. Like, or
Yeah.
like, you know, I gotta have. After I have it, then it can go to the wolves. You know, the first one's mine, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like, I want it. I mean, that's how this started. Like, I was collecting, and the doubles were starting to pile up. That's the thing. Like, I say I don't collect boards, but like, there's fucking kinds of silly. You want to rifle through? We can rifle through. Ooh, there you go. That's a cool one. There you go. We're talking about this guy, Mark's first one.
Oh, no.
For chocolate. This is probably really cool. Imagine seeing this on the fucking wall. Actually, it would probably say DGK at the bottom. I recently just found this on fucking Facebook Marketplace. Like, not far away. Like, some random guy just had it. And I was like, are you fucking, like, you know, he was like, skateboard. It's like, dude, that's not just, are you fucking stupid? If you don't have one of these, fuck you. Shout out Dave Carney. Whalecock. Go scratch this. What does it say? Scratch this asshole off the board, right? But that's the thing. Like, you collect boards and what? They're just gonna be in a fucking stack. They're either gonna be in a fucking stack, or you're gonna line your whole house in them.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm not really like trying to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want my house like covered in skateboards. I only want it covered in old fucking archaic media. This is sort of an overflow section. Yes, this is a box full of Baker 3s. This is kind of considered the first skate video next to Bones Brigade video show. Oh, this is from Bones video 2. Yeah, that's Stacy's handwriting. It's pretty neat. Little Stacy Peralta. I like Stacy Peralta. I fuck with him. I don't care if he made a documentary about himself. It's fine. Somewhere in here, there's Antoine Dixon's Sponsor Me tape he sent to Alien Workshop. It has his handwriting, age 15, and it was fucking. He sent that to everybody, I guess. The first Thrasher video. This is a real crazy one. This is just like an unwatchable Mark Gonzalez art film, but it was from Alleged Galleries, which, you know, that's a big deal. There's so many things I have, I'm like, I'll happily take it, you dumb fucks. Like, why would you get rid of this? This is insane. This is like fucking, this is a piece, dude. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Tony Hawk didn't have this. He used to skate for Arnett Sunglasses.
Yep.
They made a video called My Way, mad random. He has the last part in it. I met him in San Francisco. I crashed this like private Tony Hawk fundraiser dinner. I happened to be in San Francisco, and he happened to be fucking doing this fucking like shareholder, or it was for the Tony Hawk Foundation. And whatever, I told him stuff, and then later on he was like, oh, I know something I don't have. He's like, you got that? And that was cool. Like, I got to help Tony Hawk with his own fucking archive. That was crazy. Or God, find yourself someone who loves you first, because I can't imagine this would be too attractive otherwise. For the last like year or so, I've been digitizing everything that I have and trying to do it as nicely as possible. And you know, I mean, it's not complete, but it's a work that's always in progress and never really fucking ends. I've gotten through most of the VHSs at this point, not all, But Deep Dive on DVDs is coming up, and I'm gonna have to buy some more hard drives for that because it's a fucking lot. I have hopefully a long rest of my life to live, so there will be time to keep doing it. But I'm always. I mean, I was just bringing an Animal Farm the other night. Like fucking, there's always something. If you want to shine light on shit that happened in skating, I'm happy to help you. I think there needs to be more people doing more stuff like that because it's all gonna get forgotten. If it fucking comes out, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
I'm getting it. Like, I sort of draw the line, I suppose, with like, if something is like crazy local, I suppose, like, you know, you could go nuts over that. Like, there's sort of a line that I know when I don't know. But I mean, yeah, I'm fucking...
Same.
Never stops.
Yeah.
And it never will. I'm never going to stop. This
Yeah.
is my burden. I come with baggage. I will be the soldier standing over the little boy in bed, just taking it for everybody. It's fine. That's cool with me. I'm worried nobody else does. Like I said, I'm worried nobody's really keeping mind about this stuff. And
Yeah.
it's going to get forgotten. Everything's going to get forgotten. Besides video days, photosynthesis. But like, what's it going to be like 300 years from now? I don't think you should take any kind of stock in what's on YouTube. It's cool, it's there now. It could go tomorrow. It could either get stripped tomorrow. Maybe they'll cut a song out of just one fucking part. Have you ever looked up photosynthesis on fucking YouTube and then like the Jason Dill section is owned by Vice Media? These are bootleg fucking music videos. That's what these are. These are mixtapes of bootleg fucking shit that no one asked any questions for. And how do you preserve that when Led Zeppelin wants it cut, you know? Like, I don't know. It's dicey. But I say if you like something, you should get it. And I'm not trying to sell you stuff. You can find it on your fucking own. But you don't have to get everything in the world. But, you know, if you want to get Black Cat, get Black Cat. You should get that.